Looks like we got the crazy Ivan going on in Ukraine. Russian tanks are moving across the border. And you can see what that's doing to the metals prices. As global tensions go up a lot, prices of gold and silver, and especially if it's tensions with Russia, palladium goes up a lot. Now, palladium was up over 900. Now it's below 800, even with the move up today. But it could be a totally different situation in a matter of relatively short period of time. Commodities are known for moving vast amounts up and down. High risk, potentially high reward. Now, I don't know why Putin did this, but maybe it's because Forbes magazine named him the most powerful person on earth again. It went right to his head, and he says, well, that's cool. I think I'll just roll some tanks into Ukraine, But, I don't know, man. The other thing is, too, it might be orchestrated. I think all these guys are pretty much working together. It's almost like they don't exactly work together, but it's almost akin to the competition between the Republican and Democratic Party. There's not that much difference between the two parties, although in the case of Obama, it's a damn good thing he's got hammered here pretty good at this election, because he doesn't even represent the Democratic Party. I don't know what he represents, the Communist Manifesto or something. So, Obamacare is going to be coming up on the scrutiny block on the Supreme Court pretty soon, and also, the Republicans are probably going to strip it of some stuff, but they ought to just throw it out the window all the way. We don't need no government care. But, the thing is, with the situation, how fast it can change overnight. That's the thing that's freaking crazy about the metals and oil. And now, I'm seeing that, Saudi has been implicated in trying to bring down the prices of oil. I mean, I think it was against Russia, but it's also, they're probably trying to, it might be a cover story too. They're probably trying to bring it down because of, competition coming from the United States. But the thing is, excuse me, man, got a little bit of a cold, slight, but not much. Weather changes going in and out. But the thing is, when what can happen now is if there's a war between the Sunnis and the Shiite Muslims over there in the Middle East, how much oil is going to be taken off the market. What happens to the price of oil will go through the roof, gold will go through the roof. It could happen overnight. Everybody now was expecting, silver to go to 14 or whatever. I mean, maybe I'm jinxing it by talking about it like this. I don't know. I mean, there's like ebb and flow with these global tension events all the time. But always behind the scenes, you got the bubbling tensions over in Ukraine, and you got ISIS or whatever. And also you got the UAE now is becoming a major powerful force over the United Arab Emirate over in the Middle East. And, it could be, they're all armed to the teeth, man. That whole place down there is all armed to the teeth. It could be total destruction of oil production in that area, and that would raise the price of oil through the roof. So, I'm actually going to be, doing something on my other generator, too, because I got a carburetor clogged up on it or something. I got to take that apart and fix it and stuff. But I'm going to have a bunch of emergency maneuvers ready in case we got some serious diehard problems with, gasoline, energy, or whatever the hell we have. I don't know if it's going to be that way, but I'm going to be ready for it, more or less. That's why you got silver. Now, I also want to call attention to something. I know a lot of people know about Tesla, Nikola Tesla, and all the exotic weapons he had, and also like exotic weapons that we possibly have in our military. They can pretty much take down all the electronic communications in the world overnight, like real quick, right? They could do it through nukes, they could do it through electronic means and everything. I'll tell you a little known story, actually, Marconi. He was originally attributed with developing the radio, and I know he kind of got the ideas from Tesla. Marconi, right? The Italian engineer, inventor. Very smart person himself. He actually, back in the 30s, and he demonstrated this with Mussolini, he had a device that can shut down all the electronics at that time in a wide area. Some kind of like ray some kind of a EMP bomb. Back in the 30s, he had this stuff, and it was the Pope. Now, I'm taking this from like not well-known sources, but it was the Pope that actually stopped Mussolini from pursuing this technology. You know, and it could have actually changed the whole outcome of World War II real easy. You know that, right? It could have actually changed the outcome of World War II very easily. You know, some say Marconi just disappeared over to South America, which is, you know, a place where all the Nazis supposedly disappeared to, too. There could be a lot more, like, you know, the one little adage they say about, you know, the only thing you could trust is physical owned money. It may be true. It may be true. You know, the electronic world can get shut down pretty fast. You know, it doesn't happen, but if it happens, that's one reason you want physical coins. It's not the only thing you want, but that's one reason you want physical coins. Now, I find it interesting, after this kind of landslide by the Republicans and all that type of stuff, they're a little more, you know, hard. They will be more hard on Russia and stuff, and also Iran, that Putin makes the move at this particular time. Not before the election, but right after the election. That in itself tells me world leaders are pretty much working together, and there might be something coming up. Not right away, but it'll play out where, you know, we might be having some severe hardship due to global confrontation, and you know, if they ever, you know, it doesn't take much, you know, not to say that you would lose all your money online banking and all that type of stuff, because they always have backups, but it would be inaccessible for a while. There's always something like that could possibly happen. That is why you want physical coins. Not that it'd be the only thing you want, but that is why you want physical coins. I want to repeat that again, that Marconi knew, and Tesla also knew, how to knock out electronic communications back in the 30s. They knew about how to do this. They knew, I mean, it's a fact. They knew how to do it. I mean, you're talking about 80 years ago. So, just figure what they got today. We could go right back to the Stone Age overnight. That is why you want physical coins. I just find it highly interesting that Putin pulls this move right after the election, not before the election. It's almost as if it's orchestrated. And again, I want to point out that CEO from Continental Oil, shale oil, he liquidated his whole short position on oil. Now, it's not like somebody saying, I'm the CEO of oil, I'm going to tell you oil is going up. No, he actually, you know, he liquidated that position now. It would have been worth a lot more if it was going to keep going down. He says he wants to participate. He doesn't think it's going to last. He says he wants to participate fully in the oil going up. And, you know, also got to look at what Soros did, too. You know, Soros also, he's into gold miners. He's also into uranium. He's investing in that because there's going to be an energy shortage. And there's going to be an energy shortage because two things. Basically, they're not going to be able to bring back all these nuclear power plants that went offline in Japan and Germany that fast. There already is an energy shortage. And, you know, even though the price is going down, there's an energy shortage. You know, compared to what they got, you know, where they can pump out right now, because they took all those nuclear power plants offline. It's been that way for the last few years. And this whole price maneuver is actually manipulated. And it's partly probably Saudi doing it, but I think it's, you know, it might be partly to punish Russia, but then again, this whole thing overall could be contrived. It may be contrived. And, you know, some years down the road, it may be that the only money you can really count on is physical coin. Or maybe paper cash. But nothing electronic. Which would leave Bitcoin out the freaking door all the way. You know? If the electronic systems don't work, they don't work. That may be the situation. Now, that's pretty drastic, and I don't think that's going to happen right away, but eventually that's probably how it's going to play out. So, just want to, you know, there's other reasons you should have physical silver. other reasons. But not just that. You also have food, firepower, and also energy, fuel. And you got to have the means to make your own electricity and all that type of stuff. Because I think this deal with the Russia is just, we're in the embryo of what's going to happen in the future. This is the very beginning. And I'm going to tell you right now, Jesus ain't going to save you. You know, AR-15 is going to save you. Jesus ain't going to save you. AR-15 is going to save you. Your weapons save you. People around you save you. That's the way I look at it. You know, I know a lot of people kind of backtrack and get into this religious stuff because it's too overwhelming to think about what could possibly happen. But you know, I don't fall back into the religious pit. I always look at it like, what's hands-on that could possibly save me, and if it don't work, it don't work. Oh well, at least I tried, you know. But I know I have to succeed, so that's the way I look at things. I don't get into the religion garbage. But you know, it looks like Putin is playing an orchestrated move. It's a little bit too freaky. He does this right after the election. You know what I'm saying? It's like he didn't just plan this. He didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to do this. You know? And you look at with the Republicans, how they're going to react. They're going to react like get on a war stance. It's going to pump more into the industrial military industrial complex, which is probably all what they want to do. Conflict produces change, baby. You know what I mean? But anyway, just want to make a quick update here. I'm going to be working on my generator, my other generator, get that puppy going. I know it runs. It's got a clogged carburetor again. Damn stupid thing. It pissed me off. Diesel is the way to go with generators, not gasoline. If you let the gas sit, even if you got that stuff in it, it screws up anyway. Diesel is the way to go. You can let the diesel sit there for years until it starts right up. So, anyway, that's all I got to say about this. You might see also December typically has been a good month for commodities, not all the time. Now you saw December 2011 was a terrible month, but December is typically a good month for commodities, typically. Why? Because of winter, right? You know? So it may be, you know, the situation may be turning around. It's not going to go over $100 an ounce right away, but it could. It could. Could. I also want to caution people about the $100 an ounce silver garbage. Because, say, for instance, we have a conflict in the Middle East, oil's up at $200 a barrel, gold is busting through 2,000, silver's going up to like 40-something, it's getting ready to bust through 50, they're going to be talking 100, 500, 1,000, 2,000 for silver. Just going by Fibonacci points, 70 to 75 is going to be a very hard Fibonacci point on it, big time. And, you know, if it ever gets way the hell up there, I think we're going to have another fake out on the way up. And I'm going to take greenback cash. Greenback cash, man. I don't know. That's what I'll do. Don't mean I'm going to sit on the cash, but I know I'll be taking greenback cash if, you know, it gets way the hell up there and I got serious gains. I'm not stupid. I'm not holding out for the freaking moon. You know, don't trust... Well, I told you about the guys that sold, the big guys that sold on Thursday, April 28th, 2011, several times. They seem to be the big voice of the silver community, and they don't tell anybody else they sold till after the fact. So anyway, beware of the freaking sharks. I'm not going to know an exact point, but I know one thing. I'll be selling into the wind when it does get up to those real heights and everybody's scared to sell. I'll be selling. Not all of it, but some of it, for sure.